13 days behind. So let's get started. The seafloor, or day 6 lanternfish. The seafloor is getting steeper. Maybe the sleigh keys. What's going on here? My microphone. Is that picking that twice? Let's mute that channel. Okay, that's better, I think. Right, where was I? The seafloor is getting steeper. Maybe the sleigh keys got carried this way. A massive school of glowing lanternfish swims past. They must spawn quickly to reach such large numbers, maybe exponentially quickly. You should model their growth rate to be sure. Of course I should. Of course I should. Although you know nothing about this... What's happening? Although you know nothing about this specific species of lanternfish, you make some guesses about their attributes. Surely each lanternfish creates a new lanternfish once every 7 days. Of course it does. However, this process isn't necessarily synchronized between every lanternfish. One lanternfish might have 2 days left until it creates another lanternfish. Hey, Casey. While another might have 4. So you can model each fish as a single number that represents the number of days until it creates a new lanternfish. Jeez Louise. You're just here to collect channel points, Casey. Furthermore, you reason a new lanternfish would surely need slightly longer before it's capable of producing more lanternfish. 2 more days for its first cycle. So suppose you have a lanternfish with an internal timer value of 3. After 1 day it would become 2. After another day it would become 1. After another day it would become 0. After another day its internal timer would reset to 6, and it would create a new lanternfish with an internal timer of 8. After another day, the first lanternfish would have an internal timer of 5, and the second lanternfish would have an internal timer of 7. Oh, nice. Like purchasing them, creating them, or I don't know what the other options would be. Stealing them. I haven't wrapped a single gift yet. A lanternfish that creates a new fish resets its timer to 6, not 7, because 0 is included as a valid timer value. The new lanternfish starts with an internal timer of 8 and does not start counting down until the next day. Realizing what you're trying to do, the submarine automatically produces a list of the ages of several hundred nearby lanternfish, your puzzle input. For example, suppose you are given the following list, 3, 4, 3, 1, 2. This list means that the first fish has an internal timer of 3, the second is 4, and so on until the fifth fish, which has an internal timer of 2. Simulating these fish over several days would proceed as follows. Yeah, you give him some wrapping paper, he'd be happy with that. And a box. Empty box, or a box full of screwed up wrapping paper. Perfect toy. When am I getting Fortnite? I've played Fortnite once on the PS4, like 4 years ago, it feels, something like that. Must have been a long time because I was working at my old company. I came in second and just never played again. It didn't really click for me like it does for some people. So all these ones on the initial state there, that on the next day, each one drops by 1. And the next day, the 0 has gone back to 6 and it has given birth to a new lanternfish. Get it, it's good. You're jumping back into it. Everyone seems to be. I just keep hearing people saying how good it is recently. I don't, I don't know. If I get back into that, I'll lose my Rocket League time, and then I'll drop to silver. I'd rather maintain a higher rank in Rocket League than start from scratch in Fortnite. And I also can't really play Fortnite while my son's around. I don't want to be teaching him like he's old enough to understand it, so I don't want to be like, hey, look, just slaughtering some people. Each day a 0 becomes a 6 and adds a new 8 to the end of the list, while each other number decreases by 1 if it was present at the start of the day. In this example, after 18 days, there are a total of 26 fish. After 80 days, there would be a total of 5,934. Find a way to simulate lanternfish. How many lanternfish would there be after 80 days? Very exciting. Let's create some sample input. New file. Day 6 test.txt. Cool. Day 06.txt for later. Class. Can I just copy the main? What have I done? Don't need a class. I might give it a go at some point. Why is that? Oh. Can I put that in my... No. Also, VJ6. D6 input file. Five nine three four after 80 days. What do I want here? It should really be an interarray. Should only be one line. So I just return it, right? Whoop, can't type. All right, that'll take a comma separated list of digits, split them up into individual ones, and then on each one it will turn it into an integer instead of a string, and then return it as an int array. So this should take in an int array. Right. That returns the total number of things in there. 80 days. Is it saying 80 days? Input dot for each. If num is less than num equals 0, num equals 6. Val cannot be reassigned. I don't need to worry about that. Can I just do that? Okay, whatever. For each index, it should be. Which one's the index? Index num. Input index equals 6. Input dot add. Do I want an int array? I don't really. List of ints. It's gonna give me more stuff. Not too worried about performance here. Mutable list, like that. Okay, yeah, hang on. When I pass that as input, I can make that a mutable list. Okay. Input dot add. Index. Element. Int. Index. I want to add 8 to the end. Else. Input index minus. Return input dot size. Is that it? Probably not. Yep. You gotta specify the right file. Check for co-modification. I am adding items to the list. Line 34. I don't have 34 lines. But I'm pretty sure it's this. While I'm iterating this loop, all right. And then at the end of this, well, to add is greater than 0. Input.add 8 num to add minus minus. I'm modifying it after I've looped it. 6358, was that what it said? No. Have I gone one step too far? 0 to 80. Okay, yeah. I go from 1 to 80 here. That makes it clear. Day 1, that makes sense. Okay. So now my actual input is a large set of numbers. Close that. And I'll run it on the regular. On the regular. All right. Let's see. Woo! I got one. How long have I been streaming? 20 minutes. That's good. Part 2. Suppose the lanternfish live forever and have unlimited food and space. Would they take over the entire ocean? If they live forever and they have unlimited food and space, then yes, they would. After 256 days in the example above, there would be a total of blah 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 lanternfish. After 256 days in the example above, there would be a total of that. How many would there be? I see. So let's run it on my test data. Oh. Hang on. I'm just gonna duplicate it. I'm not gonna duplicate it. Call the method simulate. And I take in an argument, which is the number of days. To run it for, and I run it for that many days. And so for the first one, it runs for 80 days. And for the second one, it runs for 256 days. I delete my part 2 method, which is pointless. And run it on the test input. What's going on? Oh, it's still running? I'm gonna run out of memory, aren't I? I thought that was too simple. $11. Okay. Yikes. So I can't just run this. If I run it, my stream will die, and I'll run out of memory on the computer. How do I want to solve this? Oops. Thought it was naive simulation. Don't want to run that for 256 with any input. Unbucketed simulation. Is that gonna work? Input list of int. Days is an int. Returns an int. Oops. All right. Val fish equals mutual map of mutable map of ints to ints. I need to put the music on. There we go. Something else a little uplifting. All right. So that can go away. So in this, what do I want to do? I want to the key input dot for each fish. The initial state here should be 0 to 0, 1 to 0, 2 to 0. There's got to be shorthand for this. Ooh, can't type. Eight to 0. So they're all zeros. I don't need to give it a hint. Input dot for each Gotta set up the initial states. If no, I don't need to do that. Fish hit plus plus. Can I not do that? Fish it equals. Why doesn't that work? Not allowed in a nullable receiver. Replace with safe. Oh, no, I know it will exist. If fish dot contains key, it fish it plus plus. But now I know it's safe. No set method. Am I going crazy? Hmm. I mean, I know it. If it contains key, I guess it could be modified. But I know it's fine. Right. So now we've got how did I handle it previously? I can run something. Yeah. Map value. Can I go? What do I want to do? Fish dot value dot sum. Can I do that? Yeah. Of course you can. 'My own scrolling keeps catching my attention on my screen over there. Hmm. I'm just not thinking this through correctly. Zero to nine, right? Zero. can't remember now if... Yeah, 0 to 8. Oh, I guess I'll be right back. Yes, I am. Oh, yes, I was. Wonder how long I was just talking to myself. Probably. Let me think. I got up because my son was going to come in and talk to me about, not the whole time, but a good 10 minutes. I need some like visual indicator that I've muted myself somewhere. Or I guess my microphone does flash red when I'm muted, and it was flashing red. I'm just a bot. Unbelievable. Turn all these to long, not integers. Now what? There you go. And now I don't need to do that. I can just do the sum. Nice. Thanks. I joined well, like just about an hour ago, and I must have, well, I saw you were still online on my phone, and by the time I came through to my computer to see if you guys were still playing Rocket League, you'd gone offline. I was like, crap, missed by seconds. But I guess you're pretty done for the day after like what, 6 hours of streaming? Was it 269,844? 269,844. Uh-huh. It's working. Can get rid of the naive simulation. Okay, now I should get two numbers. And this number should be the answer to the puzzle. Yes. Things slowed down, you got tired. Nice. Yeah, you do have to eat. I got eggnog. Hey, don't you need to drink a gallon of milk? You should do it for New Year. You can spend the first day of the new year throwing up. That's gonna be rough. There's no way that goes well. Yikes. I was looking through a box of stuff earlier on, and I found this. I doubt you can read it, but it's my Oregon Scientific Personal Electronic Organizer from 1995. Check it out. Look at this. It's a beautiful little piece of kit I bought. Well, I got for my birthday, I think, or Christmas. A long, 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 long time ago. I think it might have been 1995, 1996. We put new batteries in it today and it still works. Crazy. It's got 34 kilobytes of memory. As long as the batteries never run out. If the batteries run out, it wipes everything. So, that's great. haven't turned that thing on for probably more than 20 years until today. Still works. There's not much to look at when I turn it on. It still by default it defaults to the 1st of January 1995. Thought I already did. Does the hat not do it for you? You could cover it with one of these. You know, I've got a spare one for you. There you go. There you go. Just fill it up as much as you can. Exactly. You put a hat on it. Gotta keep it warm this time of the year. Right, what am I doing with this thing? Day 7. The treachery of the whales. A giant whale has decided your submarine is its next meal, and it's much faster than you are. There's nowhere to run. Suddenly, a swarm of crabs, each in its own tiny submarine, it's too deep for them otherwise, zooms in to rescue you. They seem to be preparing to blast a hole in the ocean floor. To where? There's just more soil underneath the ocean floor. Like sand. You could be one of the little crabs if you prefer. You can either be the giant whale that's gonna you could be the massive sperm whale that's gonna eat a submarine, or you could be a tiny little crab that's about to blast a hole in the seafloor, the ocean floor. Sensors indicate a massive underground cave system just beyond where they're aiming. You think, as a massive sperm whale, do you think you could fit into a massive underground cave system? The imagery here is getting pretty, at least in my imagination, it's getting pretty interesting. You fill that underground cave system, Gillette. The crab submarines, like it's a normal thing, all need to be aligned before they'll have enough power to blast a large enough hole for your submarine to get through. However, it doesn't look like they'll be aligned before the whale catches you. Maybe you can help. I can't stop picturing it. There's one major catch. Crab submarines can only move horizontally. How did they get down this far down in the ocean then? It's too deep for the crabs to get... It's too deep for the crabs down here, right? And the submarines can only move horizontally. So how did they get... How did they get down here? That doesn't make sense. You quickly make a list of the horizontal position of each crab. Your puzzle input. Crab submarines have limited fuel. So you need to find a way to make all of their horizontal positions match while requiring them to spend as little fuel as possible. For example, consider the following horizontal positions. This is exciting. 16, 1, 2, 0, 4, 2, 7, 1, 2, 14. This means there's a crab with horizontal position 16, a crab with horizontal position 1, and so on. Each change of one step in horizontal position of a single crab costs 1 fuel. You could choose any horizontal position to align them all on, but the one that costs the least fuel is horizontal position 2. So that one's in the right place, that one's in the right place, that one's in the right place. That uses 1 fuel. That uses 2 fuel. That uses 1. 2, 5, 12, and 14 fuel. Okay. I'm not smart. I'm reading about crabs in a submarine. Sorry, crabs in their own submarines, shooting lasers or something into the seafloor. Move 16 from 2 is 14 fuel. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's it. It's all those educational games for kids. Not my son, that was all me. It's really paid off in the last week. This costs a total of 37 fuel. This is the cheapest possible outcome. More expensive outcomes including all aligning at position 1, position 3, or position 10. Determine the horizontal position that the crabs can align to using the least fuel possible. How much fuel they spend to align to that? How much? I'm so smart I can't read. How much fuel must they spend to align to that position? Well, I will start with the demo. The sample input. Let's switch over and start writing some code. Well, day 7 test. Also, I'm so smart, I am 13 days behind on these puzzles. Oh. I needed to commit my code. Day 6. With the naive solution first. Just using a growing list. Switch to a bucketed approach, which worked well. Then overran. It got max bounty. Switched everything to log instead. Done. Oh. Something like this. Ooh. What's the input again? Comma separated list. So I can just copy that straight out of here. The input is going to be a list of integers. And it's going to return an integer, which is the amount of fuel used. Okay. I'm going to have to go through all of them. I'll go through it once there. I'm going to go through the list again here. Max position equals input dot max. Huh? What does it mean max off? I guess I could sort them. I'm gonna want to just sort them anyway. It's gonna be just input dot take last. In position input dot first last one, right? I just want one. Okay. For I in position to max position. That last. Okay, yeah. My music stopped. Let me see what music. What music? Retro Christmas? I'll be right back. Check it out. I remembered to unmute. I'm a genius. I got no milk, but I got eggnog. What the hell am I doing? So for every item, for every crab, target position. What do I want? What do I want? I want the absolute I want the absolute no. If target position is greater than crab, I should rename this to crab position. If the target position where I want to go is higher, then fuel how much fuel must I spend to align to that position? Lowest fuel equals integer.max value. I want to use fuel used this for target equals no 0 fuel used for target plus equals the target position minus crab position. Else, okay, I can move that outside though. Otherwise, if the target position is lower than the crab position, yeah, I just want the diff basically. Fuel used for target is that. If fuel used for target is less than lowest fuel equals fuel used for target. Return lowest fuel. So the answer I'm looking for here is 37. 37. I'm not an idiot. All right, get my puzzle input. Let's see how big this puzzle input is. Oh my god. That's a lot of crab submarines. All right, so I've just run it with that input. And I got it right. Hey, presto. Okay, the crabs don't seem interested in your proposed solution. How does a crab seem interested? Perhaps you misunderstand crab engineering. It's possible. As it turns out, crab submarine engines don't burn fuel at a constant rate. Instead, each change of one step in horizontal position costs one more unit of fuel than the last. So it gets less efficient. You should get more efficient with momentum. Anyway, whatever. The first step costs 1, the second step costs 2, the third step costs 3, and so on. As each crab moves, moving further becomes more expensive. This changes the best horizontal position to align them all on, in the example above. This becomes 5. This costs a total of 168 fuel. This is the new cheapest possible outcome. The old alignment position 2 now costs 206 fuel instead. Determine the horizontal position that the crabs can align to using the least fuel possible so they can make you an escape route. How much fuel must they spend to align to... You know what? In the time it's going to take me to do this, that big sperm whale would have eaten me. I will just clone part 1, call it part 2. And make sure I call part 2 from here. What? And so for... Okay, cool. There's a lot of screaming going on in my house today. What is that? There's a term for what I'm doing here. It's like... Can I do? No. I don't want to just add that though. If target position equals that, then blah blah blah. I can do that. Position is moved, not fuel used. When I've got that, I can go if I move 1, I'm not wearing any pants. If it was 1, then it should be 1. If it's 2 positions, it should be 3. If there's 3 positions, it should be 1 plus 2 plus 3, 6. And if it was 4 positions, it should be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is 10. What am I doing here? I'm adding 2, adding 3, adding 4. So would this be 15? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. 15, yes. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. What's the name for what that is? I wish I had studied harder in school. Not too much more. Not a lot harder, but a little bit harder. It's not a straightforward thing. I'm gonna need another for loop, aren't I? Probably not, but there's probably some mathematical thing that will just do this for me, but I don't know it off the top of my head. Hmm. 0 to positions moved. 1 to positions moved. Is that right? Can't think. Oh, I haven't even switched back to the code editor. I've been writing code and no one can see. Not that anyone's looking. The previous cost equals 0. Fuel used for target plus equals previous cost, and then previous cost plus plus. Use with index instead of manual index increment. What? What has that done? So what was the 168? My God, let's just run it and see what we get. 168. Did I get that right first frigging time? All right, let's just assume I got it right. All right, this massive number down on the website. I'm a genius. There's got to be a name for those numbers, though. Like the difference is increasing by 1 each time. Anyway, whatever. Don't care. Never gonna have to do that again. Right, well, that's 2 days worth of problems done. Which is 4 problems. That's not too bad. I gotta upload my code. Let me delete my to-do in there since I was wrong. Oh, sorry, I was right. I can leave that there. That's fine. Day 7, complete. This one was pretty fast. So for part 1, couldn't think of the name. Longer looking for it. All right. Good enough. Commit and push anyway. Okay, well, I think I'm going to call that a day for programming at least. Go hang out with my son for an hour or so before he goes to bed. And then maybe come back and play some Rocket League. See if anyone's around. I've also got some housework to do. Oh, hey, Siren. Let me just put my hammer down. um, guess. I guess Gillette, since I think he was the only one here. But maybe Booze. Maybe Casey. Maybe Casey, because I bet Casey's playing Fortnite with you right now. I'm threatening everyone. This is what I use on my keyboard when I lose a game of Rocket League. I'm actually in the process of hanging up like my paintings and art, random stuff like that with my hooks. I just haven't done it yet, so it's just sitting on the floor. Casey won't carry you. Anytime I play with Casey, he just demos me. I imagine if I play any game, a shooting game with Casey, he's just gonna destroy me. He's killed me more times in Rocket League than like people did back in the days when I was playing shooters, like Unreal Tournament. Showing my age. Well, I was just about to drop off. Yeah, that sounds like Gillette. He might still be in here. We were just having a lovely conversation about sperm whales and crabs in submarines. Although, to be fair, it wasn't his fault. This website was talking about a giant whale. Do you stream when you do like art-related things? It's a pretty popular area of Twitch, the creative genre. As long as you're drawing anime girls with next to no clothing. Yeah, I feel like it's the kind of thing if you're doing something you want to do, unless it's got damn near nudity in it, people aren't going to be watching. Or if you're just like the best in your field at that thing, you know what I mean? Like I'll happily watch Bob Ross at the end of an evening if Bob Ross is on one of his marathons. He can't really be on it because he's dead. But you know, if one of his marathons is on and I'm done for the day, sometimes I'll just put that on and relax because he's just like mind-blowingly good. Like, boom, dot 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 dot. There is a realistic looking tree and a mountain in the background. Insane. I can't do anything creative like that. Yeah, Bob Ross is basically like 90s ASMR. He's just so nice as well. I think that's what, he's like watching Mr. Rogers. You know he's not gonna be like horrible at all. I mean, most people aren't when they're on TV, but not to that level. Well, I'm gonna go back and check out my advent calendar. I can't tell what this is the journey I've taken, I guess, on my submarine. This thing is weird. The story is pretty odd. Oh my god, this looks complicated. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to this later. Right, yeah, I'm calling this a night for now. I might be back in an hour or so. Play some Rocket League or something like that. Maybe I'll download Fortnite and come and get shot in the face by Casey. Right. I'm gone. I'm not even gonna raid with 3 people. Shall I? I will. I'll no, because the people who are here watching are not interested in watching other people write this code. Anyway, I'm just gonna end it. Bye. Yeah, very rough crowd. It's just Casey. And Gillette. And Booze. Huh. It's everyone. Maybe I won't come back. Actually, is there anyone? Is Zen still streaming? T-Mac's streaming. I'll go raid T-Mac. Everyone watching this knows T-Mac, I believe. Let's go. Bye.